And welcome back to Kyle Quarter. Jay Elson joined now by USD head football coach Joe Glenn, who joins us now on a special occasion. It's signing day, or was last week. And obviously, it's kind of like a second Christmas for football coaches, isn't it, Joe?
This is big time. It's the culmination of a lot of hard work. Over a year ago, we started out looking for a class, probably somewhere looking for 2,000 kids you evaluate, and it's got to shake down to about 25, 30 guys and be within your budget and fill the spots but it's amazing how it all comes to fruition.
Well, in all, 32 guys committed to the University of South Dakota football program. That's a big class, one of the biggest that we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, it was a big class, and we had room for it, so we went out and recruited it up and tried to fill in across the board on both sides of the ball and on special teams, and I think we came pretty close.
Well, now, I know in our earlier conversation you kind of indicated that you hope to tighten up the recruiting footprint just a little bit, and the list certainly reflects that. You've got 5 guys from Nebraska, 4 each from Illinois, Iowa, and Oklahoma, 3 each from Colorado and Kansas. Why do you feel like it's so important to find these guys closer to home?
I've always used the line, I like to recruit from the front steps of Old Main on out, and that way the family have a chance at least to be a part of the life and make the games, and you know, if they're within a day's drive, usually it's makeable and doable without a long plane flight, without motels and extra costs that go together with traveling. So most of the athletes that we recruit are within a day's drive of the campus, and their families can get there without a lot of extra cost.
And in a lot of these places too, they don't have the FCS options that we have in this region, so that's another part of it, I'm sure.
Oklahoma has 3 Division I schools and really an abundance of great athletes, and get some speed down there, and once that, you know, OSU, Oklahoma, and Tulsa, that's it, and then they're Division II. Right. So Kansas, same way. They got Kansas State, and after that, there's not a FCS school there. Nebraska, very similar, and so that's what we're trying to do, is trying to find a place that maybe we got a little better shot of getting a upper echelon guy.
Well, out of these guys, you really loaded up on the defensive side. 7 linebackers, seven defensive backs, 6 defensive linemen. Is that where you felt the biggest need was for your team?
Well, our numbers are down on defense, and the best you can do is go fill in where you need help. And but we really want to try to fill in on defense. Both lines, our offensive line and defensive line, we need a lot of linebackers. We're a 4-linebacker team, so we filled in those areas, and I think we got our quota.
Now, overall, time will tell just how good this class is going to be. Of course, we don't know. A lot of these guys are going to end up redshirting in 2-3 years before a lot of them see the field. But are there a handful of guys that you see have the potential to have an immediate impact?
I think, first of all, we lose our punter and our kicker, so it was really important we go out and find a guy that can punt and another guy that can kick. Lo and behold, we find one that's really excellent at both. He was a high school All-American kicker punter out of Longmont, Colorado, Miles Bergner. He punted a couple weeks ago in the high school All-American game. I mean, guys are putting on hats at Ole Miss, Alabama, Florida State, South Dakota. So Miles did a nice job. He only punted in that game, but I think we found him more as a kicker than a punter. But he's hit from 55 yards out. He kicks the ball through the uprights on kickoffs. He can punt well at average 43.5 punting. And he's got a big leg. He's a 2-time discus champ as well.
Now that all this is in the bag, great day to be a Coyote?
Great day to be a Coyote, absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe, for joining us. Congratulations on this 2013 recruiting class. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to take a look at what lies ahead this week for the basketball teams at USD.